First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. And on the hill in this one, Jared Jones. How about a report on him, Chris?
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
Jonathan Clase in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Out towards right center field. Kiermaier on the move. Stretches out and hauls it in. Let's take a look at our lineup. And so far this year, this has not been a very good offense.
Well, in this day and age, if you can't slug and get on base, that OPS has to be at a certain level. If you're going to produce runs, give your pitchers an opportunity, as they're facing tough offenses as well.
So up next, Sung-Chae Cheng. He's already set a new career best for stolen bases in a season, Chris. Foul ball there. One down, base is empty. Just off the outside edge. And that is ball one. And that's in for a strike.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
The punch out there. Two gone now. Two outs, base is empty. Will Brennan now at the plate. Late on that fastball.
0-1's the count.
Righty to the plate. And a foul ball. Two outs, base is empty. That one lined softly the other way. It'll fall into left field for a base hit.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time. Totally tied up with that inside pitch. Got to it late and deep in the zone, but he got the bat on plane enough to fight it off the other way.
So a man of bull. Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Out there. And that ends the inning.
Well, trying to get into scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end the inning. That's the way to pick up the pitcher.
And we're back. And today's starter, number 27. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game, and you look off, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
And the pitch. Jose Caballero in the box now as he leaves that one up high. The 1-0. That clips the corner. And that one sliced foul. And he deals. And a swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner when with two strikes you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
And first offering is fouled off. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he left that changeup up, got away with one there, and he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. One out, base is empty. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Bryce Tamonte stands in now and watches strike one. Next offering in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Fights it off. He'll see another. And the pitch. And there's a ball.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
That one to first, and it finds its way through for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting for the first baseman.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Ivan Melendez.
He's been on fire at the dish lately, batting over 300 so far this month.
Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Righty delivers.
Nope.
Misses off the inside. And the count is 1-1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
The pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
2 outs. And another ball. That one misses. Ball 3.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Smoked on the ground a second. Throws to first in time. And that is the inning. Scoreless after 1. All set for the start of the inning. And now the center fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez. Jones back to work. Pitch misses there. Ball 1. Jones goes 6'1". He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. And now it's even up.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it, and that's important because you got to make players earn it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The pitch. Just misses with that one. How much were you aware of the umpire scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good, but outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
And there's one away. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Slider misses outside. Wouldn't chase that time. Fastball for a strike. No score here in the second. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The kick, the 3-2. And they'll do it again. He goes down looking.
Really good battle right there. And that final pitch probably could have gone either way. He was hoping he'd get ball 4. Instead, the umpire rings him up for the backwards K.
Two outs, base is empty. Next is the speedy first baseman. Try to get him to chase on a changeup that time. Two down, nobody on. Swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's down and in. Two outs. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The wind of the pitch. Missed with a changeup. And the count is filled up. On the ground to the left. Mateo. And that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Elias Diaz. One of the best in the game against right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, that's another story. Singy, is this more common today? Guys really only succeeding against pitchers throwing from a specific side?
I think it's because you just don't get a very long trial period anymore. I mean, with the analytics and the numbers, teams are looking for instant success with the lineups that they construct. So if you don't figure it out quickly against certain types of pitchers, you're just not going to get those opportunities. Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Richie Palacios, batting with one down, takes a strike.
Ball, that's out.
Fought off foul. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And another ball.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Got him. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Riley Adams digs in now.
He really needs to start making more contact. Striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
That pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1. And the right-hander deals. Fastball for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Gets under it. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. And we're back. Now it's the second baseman, Jacob Gonzalez.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
This one in the air center field. Kiermaier makes the catch. And a quick out, number 1. And now the catcher comes up to him. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing... Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position. And that's what he does.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. Throw to first, and there's 2 gone following the strikeout.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Buddy Kennedy getting ready to hit. Fastball for a strike. The pitch. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Two down, nobody on. And that'll fall for a base hit.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And here is Jonathan Clase.
0-1's the count.
The 0-1. Kennedy off of first with 2 away. That missed by a lot. Now 1-2. Wouldn't chase that time. Two outs. Runner on the go. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And a pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. Home half of the third coming up. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the third. And now here is Jeremiah Jackson. Iriarte back to work. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. The wide to kick the pitch. And there's a foul ball. The pitch. Way outside. Now 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And the righty deals. And a swing and a miss. One gone here.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Jorge Mateo now.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
Still tied at 0. Last of the third. Next offering is in for a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Popped up. Settles underneath it. Brings it in. 2 down. So the lineup flips over. Now the third baseman, Jose Caballero. 0 for 1 so far.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1.
No strike.
And that one is in for a strike. And another ball.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Wouldn't chase that time.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Next offering in there for a strike. And a full count now. Makes the catch, inning over. On to the 4th, still scoreless. As we go to the top of the 4th, and the batter will be the shortstop, Sung-Chae Cheng. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Now a fly ball to right center. Kiermaier trying to get there. He's got it. And there's one down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Stepping in, Will Brennan. 1 for 1 with a single so far. First offering, and it just misses. Puts it in the air out towards left center. They got it for out number 2.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Emmanuel Rodriguez. And ball 1. The wind and the pitch. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Sizes this one up. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. On to the bottom of the 4th now. Still with no score. Bottom of the 4th. Now the number 2 hitter, Kevin Kiermaier. The pitch. And a bunt towards third. And he picks it up and he'll put it in his pocket. And a pitch. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one back there. Gone! He hammers one out to right. His 9th homer of the year. It's 1-0.
He just sparked this home crowd in a big way. What a swing. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Now it's the right fielder, Bryce DeMonte. In there at the knees for a strike.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Here comes a pitch.
Nope, outside.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Next one just misses. And it's 2-2.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Righty to the plate. And another ball. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
Well, really nice job of finishing the hitter off right there. Glove side command, fastball firm to the outside corner. Tell you what, very difficult to do anything with that pitch, even if you do swing.
Melendez takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. One run across in the frame so far. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Hot shot to third. 2 out.
He's out.
Now batting, catcher, Diaz.
So 2 down now, and here is Elias Diaz. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. In the air, center field. Makes his way towards it. Makes the grab on the run. And that is that. 1 in the inning, and it comes from a rather unlikely power source. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Jonathan Rodriguez will hit next.
The right fielder, Jonathan Rodriguez.
And here it comes. That one's upstairs, ball one. 1-0. Rodriguez in his third season, 26 years old, and he was born in Puerto Rico. Into center field, that'll fall for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
And here's the first baseman. He's 0 for 1. Backed off the plate that time. Tying run is at first, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Kicks and deals. That one missed. Two on the way. And that just misses.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
Left-hand hitter waits. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Everything came together for him. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
And now Jacob Gonzalez, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Swings through that.
0-1.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. Got him swinging.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Two on, one out. Here's the catcher. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And the 1-0.
Ball 2.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
At the belt and fires. That one finds the zone, and it's 2-1. Runners at first and second with one gone here in game 1 of this 3-game set. And fouled off. Two on, one out. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 2 out.
Man, there was no deviating from the fastball right there. He just kept coming after him with it. Here it is. Hit it if you can. And he just couldn't find a way to put it in play.
And here is Buddy Kennedy. And a strike in there.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And a good eye there.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Two on, 2 outs. Got him swinging for the K. Slider got him for strike 3.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Bottom of the inning. And the batter now, Richie Palacios. The right-hander back to work. That one called a strike. It's 0-1. Activity in the bullpen. Andrew Hoffman, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Phillips getting cranked up as well. Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And it's a leadoff double to start the bottom of the 5th.
He was all over that one. Just a great approach. Looked like that was exactly what he wanted to do with that pitch. And right off the bat, he knew he was taking that wide turn at first to head for second.
And now the DH, Riley Adams. Outside low, ball 1.
You know, this group of hitters digging into their numbers have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
That clips the corner. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
Oh, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Jackson at the plate and takes high there. 1 out and a runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. And another ball.
2-0.
Man at second.
3-0.
And a 4-pitch walk.
That's out.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
So first and second with 1 man gone. Jorge Mateo now at the plate. 0 for 1 with a fly out. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
1 out. Runners at first and second. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play. Minimize the potential threat right here. On the hitter's side, nice job of laying off that pitch.
And that misses as well. Jose Caballero in the on-deck circle. And he deals. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Fouls 1 away, and now 3-2. Bounce to the left side. Kennedy to second, and that's 2.
Well, we can never overstate it. Pitcher's best friend right there. Double play, gets out of the jam, saves some pitches.
And we're back. Now it's going to be Jonathan Clase.
Jonathan Clase.
Jones back to work. Headed down the line. Palacios flying after this one. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
That's in there, and it's 0-2.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And now 2-2. And that's too high.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Swing and a pop off in foul ground. And there's 1 down.
The batter, the shortstop, Sung-Jae Chang.
And stepping in is the speedy Sung-Jae Chang. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Just missed.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. Fastball for a strike. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Next offering is in for a strike.
Oh boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Righty delivers. And there's ball 4.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
High fly ball out into left center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Here comes the throw. They get the force. Barely got him for the out. Close play.
Wow, this is one of those plays that happens sometimes, but it never really should. Seems like you just got a bad read on the ball, and the good throw from the outfield was perfect to get the out.
Here's the center fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez. That one catches the zone. 0-1.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But you got to stay within yourself.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-1.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, This guy's had his best stuff. He's painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
So now 1-2.
2 strikes.
That one down the line, and foul ball. With the go-ahead run at the plate here in game 1 of this 3-game set. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Two outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. The Athletics have the lead 1-0. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Andrew Hoffman, 32nd appearance. Digging in, Jose Caballero.
The third baseman,
The pitch. And he drops it down the third baseline. Bare hands it. Tough play. And that's a great play for the out.
Well, I think the defense was anticipating something here because they were really ready to defend as that ball was put down. Nice little drag bunt, but they get the out. Way to go.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier. He went deep back in the 4th. A pretty important swing of the bat in this ball game.
Yeah, Bogey, he didn't waste any time. He jumped all over that pitch and saw it the entire way. You talk about squaring it up. He didn't miss a stitch on the baseball.
Fastball for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Dylan Coleman getting ready to go. Krismat also getting ready. Right-handed reliever. Up the middle, Cheng. Tosses to first. That's out number 2.
Oh, but we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the right fielder, Bryce DeMonte. 1 for 2. And that one's a little bit low. And that is ball 1. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Rodriguez ranging back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Nothing across here this half. 7th inning coming up. The A's out front here. 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the right fielder, Jonathan Rodriguez. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Swing and a bouncer. Slings it across. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And now the first baseman.
Well, timing is the key to great hitting, and right now that door is still locked. They haven't been able to figure out pitch sequences, and it's impacting them across the board.
Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Left field, drifts towards it. Calls it in, 2 away.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with a mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
Gonzalez in the box again, takes a strike.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Mateo on the run, throw to first. They get the out, and that'll do it. Bottom of the 7th. Now, Ivan Melendez.
The first baseman, Umpire.
The pitch. That one's in there, and that's strike 1. Right through there for a strike. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pretty good spot, hard and inside, but that's a perfect example of keeping your hands inside the ball, tight to the body. The ability to take that back up the middle shows his approach is to use the entire field.
This one high in the air to left center. Squeezes it.
The left fielder, number 1.
Here's the left fielder, Richie Palacios. That one fouled off. Right-hander kicks, deals, and a foul ball. Left-hand batter waits.
That's a ball.
Wouldn't chase that time.
0-2 count. You got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
Melendez leads off first with 1 away. And look out as that one ran in and got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Now it's the DH, Riley Adams.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Oh, that's off the plate.
First pitch misses. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Here the bottom of the 7th. Next offering is in for a strike. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3.
Nice, doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone, so as a hitter you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
So first and second with 2 outs. Here's the second baseman, Jeremiah Jackson. Gets him to chase after that one.
0-1.
The pitch. Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run. He'll touch them all. His 4th home run of the season, and they add on. It's 4-0. 2 pitches, 2 swings, that one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Now on the bump, Connor Phillips.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
Base is empty with 2 away. Now it's the shortstop, Jorge Mateo. And that one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. On the ground, right side. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Ready to begin the 8th, and here's the catcher, number 20. The wind of the pitch.
Well, just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Dominic Leone appears to be getting loose. Fleming also throwing. And the right-hander deals. And it's fouled away. And the pitch. And there's a ball. Jones still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point he wants to finish what he started.
Goes down looking.
Well, tough night at the dish, punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now, not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
Here's the 3rd baseman, Buddy Kennedy. And that's a little bit high. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Next offering is down low. And he grounds one to the right side. Diaz gets it to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now back, designated hitter, Jonathan Clase.
Back to the top of the lineup. And now, Jonathan Clase. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2.
Man, he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
Gets a piece and stays alive. And 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. On to the bottom of the eighth. Down to third baseman, Jose Caballero. Phillips, a 6'2 righty, 24 years old. And they traded for him earlier this year. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Makes the grab, one down. Here's Kiermaier now. He's already homered here in this one. And that one a little below the knees, and it's 1-0. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2.
2 strikes.
Got him looking. And there's 2 away.
Man, just backdoored him with the breaking ball right there. And I'll tell you what, as a hitter, it looks like it's a mile away, so you give up on it, and then it just hooks around that outside corner. Tell you what, if a pitcher can make a pitch like that, you pretty much just have to tip your cap as you walk back to the dugout.
Monty at the plate now. That's ball 1. Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Foul ball. And a pitch. That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
The pitch. Not even close there. Full count now. Two outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Looks like he's heading back out for the 9th as he'll go for the shutout when we get back. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Josh Fleming.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And now the shortstop, Sung-Chae Cheng.
The shortstop, Sung-Chae Cheng.
The lefty fires. To the right side, Melendez. He'll do it himself, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Will Brennan.
Now here is Will Brennan. 1 for 3. Right through there for a strike. Movement in the bullpen. Dominic Leone getting loose out there. That one missing inside. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the top of the 9th. On the ground, right side. In plenty of time to first. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, the center fielder, Rodriguez.
So it's their last chance in this one. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Emmanuel Rodriguez. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Missed with a changeup. 1-1. And now the lefty. And now 2 balls and a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. They're down to their final strike. Fleming is just 1 strike away.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
2 outs. In the air to left center. Kiermaier on the move. That's the ball game.
Well, Boog, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
A 4-0 shutout in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Victorious home team. 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They left 3 runners on base. For the visitors, no runs, 4 hits. No errors. They left 5 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 41 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's Houston taking on Oakland. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Chris, one guy having a big year for this club, leading the team at home runs and runs batted in, Ivan Melendez.
Yeah, Boog, he's one of the pillars of this lineup. And when you have a guy like that that's so consistent and so productive, you want to make sure you can do whatever you can to get him to the plate. Get him as many at-bats as you can in a ball game. If you do that, you got a really good chance of scoring a lot of runs.
Almost ready to get underway. And on the mound in this one, number 36. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
You can see his whip is a little above the league average. Not bad, but I think in this one, he's going to need to control that a little bit better. Try to limit hitters from getting on base. Stay in that windup instead of the stretch. And when he does allow base runners, be able to throw a pitch. He's going to get a swing and miss, get out of the inning so that a base hit doesn't do more damage and put his team behind the 8 ball.
The 0-2. Ball one there.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3.
Oh, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base pass. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders, have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
Next pitch is outside. 1 out, base is empty. And that one in the air center field. Kiermaier makes the catch. And there are 2 outs. And let's take a look at the lineup. Singy, we're looking at a really young lineup here. So not much experience, but it also means they're going to bring a lot of energy to the table most days.
Well, we're in a golden age of young players. I mean, these players, they're getting up to the majors. They're dominating from a young age, bringing home plenty of hardware early in their careers. I mean, before they even get to free agency. So, you know, when you consider all of that, I love seeing the kind of energy that a team like this brings to the yard every day in and day out.
Two down, nobody on. That's down and in. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 out, space is empty. Pitch misses. 2-2. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. On to the bottom of the first. No score. Back here with my pal Singy. And our starting pitcher here today, Nick Lodolo.
Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah? I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Swung on, belted. That's back there. And caught on the warning track. Not quite enough behind that one. Okay, let's check out the lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Josh Smith.
And boom, he's the table setter for this offense. Team leader and on-base percentage. I mean, that just gives your teammates plenty of chances to cash in and bring them around to score, man. I used to love when I had a guy out in second base or third base. Easy to get those RBIs. Game after game, you know a guy like this, what he's going to provide and the opportunities that other guys are going to get in the lineup.
Kevin Kiermaier in the box now. No balls and a strike. And that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And misses inside. And another ball. 1 down, base is empty. That one pushed foul. Payoff pitch. On the ground to third. Tosses to first. 2 away.
Batting third, the right fielder, Bryce.
And now it's going to be Bryce DeMonte. Chris, has been a good year for him, having already set a new career high for RBIs in a season. That one's in there. That's strike 1. And ball 1. The 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Next offering upstairs.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
In the air, left field. Brennan sizing this one up. He's got it. And that ends the inning. Scoreless after 1. Second inning set to go. And now the center fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field. But he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Rodriguez measures 5 feet 10 inches, 23 years old, and he was born in Cuba. There's a strike. Gary Simmons has the plate duty in this one.
Well, with Simmons, it's not always your standard strike zone, Boog. It kind of gives a little extra in some parts of the zone and then can be tighter in others. But I think the important thing is he doesn't get labeled as inconsistent, so you got to stay ready up there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Set down on strikes. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Number 83 now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. One down, base is empty. On the ground, right side. Mateo sends it to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
The third baseman, Buddy Kennedy.
2 outs, base is empty. Buddy Kennedy, the next to hit.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Second inning here, no score. Two down, nobody on. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Kicks and fires. Got it by him for the K. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. We head to the bottom of the second. Leading off, Ivan Melendez.
First baseman,
Lodolo back to work. Misses inside. And that's ball 1. That clips a corner.
1-1.
The pitch. Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone. He sends one out the opposite way, his 17th of the year, and they jump out front. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
So digging in, Jorge Mateo. And that one is lifted in the air. And that should be extra bases. Throws to second. Not going to get him. He's in there.
I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Riley Adams digs in now. And that one wrapped foul. Mateo stands at second with no outs. Runner takes off. Pitch is high. Throw to third. He's safe.
Wow, that's a pretty elite throwing arm right there from the catcher spot. Pretty daring for him to try to steal third right there, but he gets the bag. Maybe the element of surprise was what came in because he's not used to guys running on him, and right there stealing third base probably caught him off guard a little bit.
Kicks and deals. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Runner at third, nobody out here in the second game of the series. Next offering is downstairs.
2-2 the count.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. Right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
Here comes a pitch. That one finds the corner, and the count even at 1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
And another ball. Just off the outside edge. And now 3-1. And he walked him.
Take your base.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Batting it.
1 down. And the batter now, Josh Smith. Fastball for a strike. First and third, 1 down. There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double. The relay throw. And he's in there as 2 runs score on the play.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
1 out, runner at second. And now, Jose Herrera. That's off the mark. 1-0. Now
Ball
1
2.
missed. Big swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Caballero stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Cheng sends it to first. They limit the damage here, but 3 score in the inning, 2 of them on this 2-run double. It's now 3-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back onto the 3rd inning. Now at the plate, Jonathan Rodriguez. As the lefty gets to work. That's outside. And that's ball 1.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And there's a ball. Two and 0 to Cal. Here it comes. Swings through that one out in front that time.
2-1.
This one popped up. Mateo has a beat on it. Hauls it in for the out.
Batting it. The catcher, Colin Price.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Just missed. And another ball. One down, base is empty. Lifted in the air, right center field. On the move to the gap. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Jacob Gonzalez. In the air, left side. Should have this one. Makes the grab, and that's the 3rd out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now the number 2 hitter, Kevin Kiermaier. And a pitch. Fastball for a strike.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His 3rd inning, so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do.
Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul.
This guy at the dish excels in 2-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
Outside. Liner snagged it first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And now Bryce DeMonte.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Late on that fastball.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
Strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Got him looking. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3. So he gets the call and picks up the strikeout looking.
Sometimes with a good hitter at the plate, he'll be the one to get the benefit of the doubt if he lays off on a close pitch like that, but just not right there. Strike zone definitely expand a little bit with 2 strikes.
Melendez at the plate for the 2nd time as he takes ball 1. Two outs. And now 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
Well hit the other way. That one going back and foul. And a 2-1 on the way. There's the strike. That one close, ruled the ball. And it's a full count.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
That one the other way, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
And stepping in is the speedy Jorge Mateo. Ground ball to the right side, and that one handled. Fires over to first. An acrobatic play to end the inning. New inning getting started. Here's a speed threat, Jonathan Clase.
Jonathan Clase.
And here it comes. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these guys, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Ball to strike. There's a strike.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand. Man, there was no deviating from the fastball right there. He just kept coming after him with it. Here it is. Hit it if you can, and he just couldn't find a way to put it in play.
Chang in the box with one away as he takes ball one. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. He swings and fouls one off. That's way outside. Ball 2. Good eye right there. And that's ball 4.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Move to first. Chang back on a dive. And first offering is fouled off. Chang at first, one gone. On the ground, could be 2. Melendez over to second, return throw to first, got him, double play, and that'll do it. So they go quietly there. On now to the bottom of the 4th. The Athletics with the lead, 3-0. Bottom 4, and now the DH, Riley Adams.
The designated hitter, Riley.
Lodolo back to work. That's a strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, these players showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Now the left fielder, Richie Palacios. He walked and came around to score his first time up. Just missed. And that's off the inside edge. And now 2-0. The wind and the pitch. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Left-hand batter waits. That one finds the zone. That's strike 2. Clobbered to right field, way back, gone. A gigantic blast. And they add a run. It's 4-0.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately. It seems like no matter how you attack him, he finds a way to punish you. There was a sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that good four-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it.
base is empty, one away. Here's the third baseman, Josh Smith. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And puts the squeeze on that one. 2 away.
Now batting, catcher.
2 outs, base is empty. Jose Herrera getting ready to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. In the air, out towards right center. On his way over, makes a nice grab at a full sprint. And that is the third out of the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the center fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez. The pitch. Late on that fastball.
You know, this group of hitters just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They've got players in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
And it's even up. Left-hand hitter waits. Line drive, caught.
They put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Next is the speedy first baseman. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
And a pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
Now here is Buddy Kennedy. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Ow!
Well, they tried to press their luck a little after having just picked up their first hit of this ball game. So that caught stealing kind of stings. Can't blame them for trying to get something going offensively, but so far it's just not happening for these guys.
Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Next offering is in for a strike. There's a strike.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
High fly ball out towards left field. That's back. Going, gone. Third home run of the season, and they close the gap. It's 4-1.
That gives this offense something to celebrate for the first time in this one. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Rodriguez in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Rodriguez in his 3rd season, 26 years old, and he was born in Puerto Rico. And a foul ball. Two outs. Ground ball left side. Jumps, throws. He's in there.
The effort was there with the jump throw. You gotta love it, but it just wasn't in time. Still a really impressive play just to get to that ball and make it close at first. And not every shortstop could even make that play.
Here's the catcher. Flied to right his first time. Upstairs. One run across in the frame so far here in the 2nd game of the series. Bounce to the right. Mateo. They take the force out, and that'll do it. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now a 4-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Jose Caballero. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Activity in the bullpen. Andrew Hoffman up and loosening in the pen. Phillips warming up as well. The wind of the pitch. Out towards left center. Brennan moving under this one. 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, Kevin.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier.
Pretty amazing, going way back. Possibly the best center fielder I've ever seen.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Ground ball right side. And he handles it himself for the out.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
2 outs, base is empty. Bryce Tamonte will hit next. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that one clips the corner.
1-1.
Here's a 1-1. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Next offering upstairs. Swings and misses. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the second baseman, Jacob Gonzalez. And he deals. Looked like it was a little bit up. And another ball. Good hitters count the 2-0. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Good looking fastball right there. Surprised he didn't take a rip at that. I think he got locked up a little bit.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 3-1. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
First base.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Next to hit, Jonathan Clase.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
There's the strike. And a pitch. And that one missing low. Good eye in that spot. And a swing and a miss. It's down on strikes. And one gone.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Chen batting with one down, takes the strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And a good eye there. Gonzalez, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. Swings through that one for strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The pitch. The shortstop takes the ball. Just off the outside edge.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Man at first, one away. Ground ball could be 2. Caballero tossed to second. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down for him there to the bottom of the 6th inning. The A's on top 4-1. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Andrew Hoffman.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Ivan Melendez. He's already homered in this game. And the pitch. That catches the corner. And the righty deals. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. Just missed.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
On its way to the corner. And that will drop foul. One and 2 here. Got him. 1 out. Jorge Mateo now at the plate. 1 for 2. First offering, and it just misses. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Dylan Coleman preparing to come on if needed. Krismat getting loose as well. Righty delivers. Down the middle for a strike. And it's 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Hit on the ground to the right side. Takes it himself. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, the designated hitter,
Riley Adams digs in now. Strike 1. In the air, fairly deep to right field. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Andrew Wantz.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Here's the left fielder, Will Brennan. The Astros in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Emmanuel Rodriguez. Fought off foul.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Line drive, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And here's the first baseman. Swings through that one. 0-1.
All season long, he's racked up a number of saves, and sometimes the adrenaline doesn't get high enough until there's a runner or two on base.
The tying run at the plate. And that one is inside.
Just about gives his skipper a heart attack, but that's where he functions best.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Tying run at the plate. That misses the zone. The count now 2-2. Wouldn't chase that time. Buddy Kennedy to bat next. With the tying run at the plate, here in the top half of inning number 7. And a swing and a miss. And that is a big first out.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning. And that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. You look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his club.
2 on, 1 out. Now the third baseman, Buddy Kennedy. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Runners at first and second with one gone here in the second game of the series. Good eye right there. The pitch. On the ground, 2 ball. And that chance handled. Off balance feed, there's 1. And that's all they'll get.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
And here is Jonathan Rodriguez. And ball 1 to the right fielder. Righty to the plate. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. And talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Ball to strike. The pitch. And he can't come up with it. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. And we're back, set for the last half of the 7th. Now the left fielder, Richie Palacios. The wind of the pitch. That one missing inside. And there's a ball.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
To third. Slings to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Third baseman, number 8, Josh Smith.
Here's the third baseman, Josh Smith. This one in the air, right field. Rodriguez under it. Makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, catcher, Jose.
2 outs, base is empty. Jose Herrera, the next to hit. And that one is in the dirt. And that is ball 1. Swing and a miss.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
That's in for a strike at 95. Going to count 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Eric Swanson.
Coming on to face a righty here, and he's been fantastic against him this year. His numbers in those matchups are very good.
And here's the catcher.
The catcher, Colin Price.
And a pitch. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. The 0-1 right through there for a strike.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
And a swing and a miss. And that's the first out.
It's been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Now it's the second baseman, Jacob Gonzalez. And that's in there for strike one. Swanson goes 6 feet 3 inches, 225 pounds. He joined the team as a free agent. One down, base is empty. There's a swing and a miss.
No ball, 2 strikes.
That misses. 1-2 to count.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
At the belt and fires. Stays alive. One, two now. Fights it off. He'll see another. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Clase stands in now and watches strike one.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
This one high in the air to left center. Palacios brings it in for the 3rd out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jose Caballero. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Hoffman back to work. That misses the zone. Ball 1. And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them.
2 balls, no strikes.
Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A massive home run. And they add a run. It's 5-1. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. He got on plane with that high fastball, then look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
At the plate, Kevin Kiermaier. Foul ball there. Nobody on, nobody out. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Missed inside with the curve.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So up next, Bryce DeMonte. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Pitch is in there. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
just missed. Right-hander kicks, deals. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a two-bagger.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Man at second with one away. And now the first baseman, Ivan Melendez. He's already homered here in this one. Clips the corner. That's strike one.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
The pitch. In for a strike. 0-2 now.
Well, that's textbook pitching right there. I mean, he executed those first two pitches perfectly.
Man at second. And that one almost got him. The 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Runner at second here. One gone. And another ball. Wouldn't chase that time. Right-handed reliever. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Throw comes into third, and they're at the corners with only one out.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
So they're at the corners now. Next to hit, Jorge Mateo. 1 for 3. There's the strike. And the right-hander deals. Liner, base hit. In comes the runner from third. It's 6-1.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He'll take those bloop hits off the end of the bat all day long. It doesn't mean you put a great swing on it, but hitters deserve to get a lucky hit every now and then.
New pitcher on here, Ramses Rosa.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And next is the designated hitter, Riley Adams. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. First pitch swinging.
0-1.
Kicks and fires. That one misses. And the count is 1-1. And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
2 on, 1 out.
That's outside.
And that one hammered Rodriguez. Going back on this one. High bounce over the fence for an automatic double. A run comes in the play.
Well, everyone is thinking, Ed, would the runner have scored from first if the ball stayed in the park? We'll never know, but They do get a run across with a chance to do more damage in the inning.
2 on with 1 out. Here's the left fielder, Richie Palacios.
Oh, that's out.
First pitch, and he just misses. Mateo at third. Adams at second with 1 away. Close one, doesn't get the call. 2-0.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Clips the corner. 2-1 now.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
The next pitch misses, and the count is 3-1.
3 balls, 1
Still
strike.
only 1 out here in the inning. Hit hard, should be extra bases. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score, and it's an 8-run lead. He's in at second with a 1-out double.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, more often than not, you're picking up a knock.
Now the third baseman, Josh Smith. That's outside. Ball 1. One out and a runner at second. Line drive. That's a base hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
The catcher.
So 1 out with 2 aboard. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Jose Herrera. First pitch misses. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Wouldn't chase that time.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
And that one clips the corner. Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's out number 2.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Nope, that's foul.
Corners are occupied with 2 down. Pitch misses there, and 1-1. And that's downstairs and outside.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
The 2-1. Swings through that one.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
And down on strikes he goes. Inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around and 5 score. 9th inning coming up. The Athletics on top here, 9-1. And we're back. And now the shortstop, Sung-Chae Cheng. Swanson back to work. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Josh Fleming, the southpaw, is throwing and getting that sinker dialed in. Leone getting cranked up as well. On the ground to third. And he grabs it, foul. That just misses. And a count 2-1. Here comes a pitch. That's a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Now batting.
Will Brennan getting ready to hit. They say you win.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-2.
And that's too high.
2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Rodriguez now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. And that's in there at the knees. Chang leads off first with 1 away. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
It's a good take.
And here it comes.
Ball.
That's down and in.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And another ball. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. And they'll do it again. Three, 2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Number 83, the next to hit, takes ball 1. The pitch. That one misses, and the count is 2-0. Ground ball, and this should do it. And that is the ball game.
Well, a real nice performance out of the pen. This guy is not the one who usually gets the final out, but extended his role a little bit and helped his team get the win. He got the save. Nice job.
9-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.